the kind of football team that we've come to know here in Norfolk State.
It will be a good opportunity for Norfolk State to finish off the regular season conference record with 2 straight wins. Morgan State coming off a win of their own, a 9-0 win against Delaware State last week. And Norfolk State, a 29-17 winner over Howard. When we come back, we'll set up today's ball game as Norfolk State and Morgan State get set to do battle here from Norfolk, Virginia. We'll take a time out on the field. You're watching MEAC Football on ESPN 3 and the NSU Sports Network. You have to count him down. You have to count him down. Yeah.
From
like 5.
Right now?
We're on a break now.
Okay. So I'm counting down from 5 when.
Well, I'm taking a break. Did you tell him we're on break?
I told this guy we're on break.
You gotta tell him we're on break.
We're on break. Who's on break?
Number 6, DeAndre Harris. Number 9.
That's the guy you need to worry about. You don't need to worry about him until some time out. How long did you say we're in?
How long do you ask?
One. Hello and welcome back to Dick Price Stadium as we welcome you back. Morgan State coached by Ernest Jones in his first season as the head coach here at Morgan State University. Interim head coach. It's 3-7 this year as the interim head coach. And again, he calls the offense and defense for Morgan State. On the other side, Norfolk State led by Latrell Scott, Coach Scott, in his 10th season overall as a head coach, 13-24 at Norfolk State as the head coach. For Morgan State, it's been a revolving door at quarterback, but Deion Golat Jr., 6'3", 230-pound redshirt freshman, should get the start today as Morgan State will get the football first to start the ball game. Deion Golat, very athletic, 6'3", 230-pound redshirt freshman, has the ability to throw the ball downfield, very good arm, very strong leader as well. For Norfolk State, they're led by Jawan Pooty Carter, as again, Ross Gordon joined by Glenn Mason. Jawan, 3 touchdown passes last week after he'd struggled in throwing the football over the last couple of days, last couple of games, but he really picked it up last week, and he's going to be counted on today to lead the way for Norfolk State. The Spartans won the toss, and they deferred to the second half. They'll wear their green tops with white bottoms, green helmets, and they'll be moving from left to right on your radio dial. Morgan State will wear their road white tops with orange bottoms with blue and orange helmets. Again, Norfolk State will be moving from left to right. Josh Nardone has the ball teed up, back deep to return the kickoff. Jordan Cofield and Deontay White. Actually, it's Darian Polian back deep and the Cofield as Nardone gets set, put toe to leather, and we're underway. And Cofield will take this one on the run at around the 20-yard line. Looks for a block, gets stopped up as he gets to the 27-yard line, and that's where he'll stop as Nigel Chavis wraps him up. For his first tackle of the day, he'll stop him at the 28-yard line, and that's where the Morgan State offense will come out.
Good coverage on the kickoff by the Spartans there, Ross. You notice there's a little maturity in their game now. They're staying in their lanes, and now they're being capable of attacking as a pack. Deion Golat will get the start. He'll be joined in the backfield by David Adeliki as Golat will start off in the shotgun, 4 wideouts in the formation, 2 split to either side. As Golat will hand off to Adeliki, tries to bounce it outside, does. Gets outside, he's pushed out of bounds after picking up around 10 on the play. He'll pick up the first down out to the 40-yard line, give him a credit of 12. And that's the play that really hurt the Spartans against North Carolina A&T, where they split the wide receivers out in a bunch outside and just run to the outside. That time, Adeliki had a good gain on first down as they moved to the Line of scrimmage quickly with 2 wide receivers to the far side and 1 to the near. Golat in the shotgun again. And this time Golat will keep it on the option read. Golat gets another block. He's in the Norfolk State territory before he's knocked out of bounds by J.T. Wahi and Nairi Quinterly. But 2 big runs on first down for Morgan State. They have 2 first downs already.
The Spartans did get in the backfield that time, but a poor tackling technique was allowed the Morgan State running back to swing out of his grasp. He picked up a few extra yards.
That's a first down for Golat. Again, he has Adeleke now to his right. 4 wideouts in the formation. 2 split to either side. The Spartans showing man coverage. As the handoff will go to Adeleke. He's bounced outside by Nigel Chavis and then pushed out of bounds. He might have picked up a yard on the play before he's pushed out. Maybe 2, and that will bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Bears.
I like the pursuit that the Spartans are executing, though. They're testing the middle of the Bears.
It will be a 2nd down and 8 for Morgan State. Again, Adeleke has been the primary ball carrier for the Bears. Golat also has a carry today. 4 wideouts in the formation, 2 split to either side. Nairi Quinterly stands at the 25-yard line for the Spartans defensively. As Golat drops back to pass. Pass is going to be complete. Out in the flat, making the reception and picking up the first down for the Bears is Manasseh Bailey. That's his first reception. And another first down for the Bears. That's their first through the air. They have 2 passing. They have 2 rushing today.
Yeah, Tyree Wilson Giffords were on that coverage. They did a good job. That was somewhat of a wide receiver screen almost over on that far side.
2 wideouts in the formation, 2 split. Actually, 4 wideouts in the formation, 2 split to either side. As it's going to be a quick screen out in the hands of Polian. Polian picks up 7, maybe 8 yards on first down. He gets out of bounds inside the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Good job on the secondary of Norfolk State. They picked that play up, or that screen up that time.
It was a pickup of 7. 2nd and 3 for the Bears. As Golat again in the shotgun. 4 wideouts. And Golat will take off, and he picks up the first down. And he drags tacklers inside the 20. He's taken down at the 17-yard line. We saw this last week a little bit too. The first drive of the day, Howard matriculated the ball down the field quickly to get their first score, then struggled after that. And right now the Spartan defense on their heels a little bit with this Morgan State offense.
And it's interesting to see that 2 deep wideout set that they use, Ross. They used it on the last play to almost sets up that screen somewhat.
Now the Bears will send 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near. And now all a man in motion to the far side as Golat will swing it out quickly to the man in motion, which was Dalen Baldwin, and Baldwin picks up 5 yards inside the 15 to the 14. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Bears.
You know, it looks as if they're almost using, it's not quite a pick play, but they're using the wideouts as blockers as they set up those plays.
Empty backfield now for Golat, the redshirt freshman. It's clean today. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Golat will take off. Gets to Nigel Chavis, and Chavis hits him, but not after he picks up about 3 yards on the play inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line. Some extracurricular activities after the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and short for the Bears, a 3rd down and 2. Maybe 3rd down and 3 as the ball will be spotted at the 12.
Morgan will probably try to pound it in with one of those big 200-pound backs that Coach was talking about earlier.
Adeleke will be in the backfield now. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Adeleke will be to the right of Golat. Again, 3rd down, the first 3rd down of the day for the Bears. Golat will hand it off. Adeleke will pick up the first down inside the 5-10-yard line. It'll be a 1st down and goal for the Bears.
That's number 43, the runner for the Bears.
So it'll be a 1st down and goal for Morgan State.
Stopped by number 13, Ricky Thomas Jr.
Here, as the Morgan State offensive line has been pretty dominant here on the first drive. Goal line 3 for 3 here for 20 yards. And rushing there, 45 yards on the ground. Goal line has Adeleke to his right now as he sends him in motion. We should have a false start, and we have one. As the right guard for Morgan State, Tariq Johnson, just came out of his crouch just a little bit. Actually, that was right tackle Matthew Thompson. It'll be a first down now outside the 10-yard line to the 12-yard line for the Bears. That's the first penalty of the day as well for Morgan State.
On their big linemen, they're huge. You got Tyreek Johnson, 6'3", 320. He's a guard. Then you have another big guard, Stephon Toussaint, 6'3", 310.
Go right back in the shotgun as the handoff goes to Adeleke. He gets to the 10-yard line, and he's brought down from behind. And we have an injured player for Morgan State. Just got rolled up on as Nigel Chavis made the stop after a pickup of 2. Getting up slowly.
Was that Adeleke getting up like that?
Actually, let's see.
I can't see.
Looks like it might be the center, Adrian Allen.
Can't see his number. It's sideways to it.
It is the center, Adrian Allen. So the backup center, Tariq Johnson, will check in for Morgan State. As it looks like Johnson, check that Allen goes to the sideline under his own power. So it'll be a second down and goal from the 10 for Morgan State. With about 9:45 left to go here in the first quarter, no score. First drive of the ball game for the Bears as Golat again in the shotgun. Adeleke to his right. Golat looks in the end zone. Pass going to be complete to Manasseh Bailey for the score.
Touchdown pass to Bailey.
That was a tough pass to defend. Right on the slant, wide receiver. It's hard to jump that pattern.
So it will be a touchdown for the second straight week. The Spartans give up a touchdown on the first drive. And it's a 6-0 lead for Morgan State. As Manasseh Bailey with the touchdown reception for the Bears. That makes it a 6-0 ball game. On to attempt the extra point is Alex Raya with 9:31 left to go here in the first quarter to make it a 7-0 ball game. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up high enough, long enough. It is up and through. And it's a 7-0 ball game in favor of Morgan State. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to and watching MEAC Football right here on ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network. Did you count them down?
New NyQuil Severe with Vicks VapoCool. The vaporizing, nighttime coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine.
4, 3, 2.
9:31 remaining here in the first quarter. Morgan State scores on their first drive of the ball game. And the Bears now lead 7-0 here on a 11-play drive, driving 72 yards and scoring as Raya will kick this one through the end zone, and the Spartans will start this drive at their own 25-yard line. So the Spartans will have to answer that touchdown by the Bears, and we'll see Jawan Carter, who started off the game well for Norfolk State last week against Howard, and we'll have to do the same again here today.
Good day for him. I'm looking for a great game from Winstead and Taylor. I was hoping they kicked the ball to Taylor on that kickoff so he can go out of Dick Price Stadium in style in the senior year with a long kickoff return.
Jawan Carter will start off with 3 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Aaron Savage lines up in the slot to the far side, the starting running back. No deep safeties for the Bears as Carter awaits the snap. Now drops back, looks downfield. Pass is going to be thrown behind Winstead, who can't hang on to it. Had it in his hands, but it was broken up at the last minute by Dante Small, the defensive back. On that side, saw man coverage. We'll see it a lot here today. And the Spartans had an opportunity, just couldn't complete it. It'll be second down and 10 for Norfolk State.
You know, earlier during the week, Taylor said he likes man coverage, and hopefully the Spartans will be able to exploit those one-on-one matchups with his speed.
As now we see 2 deep safeties. Aaron Savage is the tailback in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Savage to the right of Carter. Carter waits the snap, and the handoff will go to Savage. Savage in between the tackles. lowers his shoulders, backs his way to the 29-yard line before he stopped, a pickup of about 4. On second down, maybe 3. And it'll be a 3rd down and 6, maybe a short 7 for the Spartans.
I wonder if there's a phrase for or a word for a group of bears, because that's what hit him when he ran into the line. I'm glad he picked up the yardage that he did.
3 wide receivers now to the near side, 1 to the far for Carter. Again, the Bears crowd the line of scrimmage as Awana goes in motion, so we'll see some man coverage here again. Pressure look coming from the Bears as Carter drops back to pass. Looking downfield, has Marcus Taylor wide open, and it's a foot race. Taylor at the 40, 45, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Marcus Taylor with the touchdown reception. And senior day, the Spartans beat man coverage. We talked about it, and it's now a 1-point ball game at 7-6. You see the speed of Marcus Taylor, and he points it into the end zone for the score.
It wasn't the kickoff, but I'll take that any day, Ross.
As Marcus Taylor with a 71-yard touchdown reception for the score to make it a 1-point ball game. We'll see the extra point attempt here from Josh Nardone. And again, if you want to play man coverage, you'll have a price to pay if the Spartans can connect as Nardone will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Goldie. Dominique Jordan the snap. As the kick is up and it's missed, pulled left, and it's a 1-point ball game. And the Spartans trail now 7-6 on ESPN 3 on the NSU. 4, 3, 7-6 is your score. 8:32 left to go here in the first quarter after a 3-play, 59-second drive. Norfolk State on the board, missed the extra point. As Josh Nardone back out to kick off for the Spartans. This one's low, and it's going to be kicked, and it's going to go out of bounds. So Morgan State will get this possession from their own 35-yard line. So some struggles early in the ball game for Josh Nardone, as he just missed the extra point, and this time kicked one out of bounds. So the Bears will have it at their 35-yard line. So, as we check out some scores around conference, Bryant leading Howard early in that ball game, 7-0, and everything else starts at either 1:30 or 2 p.m. here today. As the Bears come back to the line of scrimmage, go out, hands it off to Adeleke. He tries to bounce it outside, and he's pushed out of bounds nicely. Marquise Hall there to force. Bobby Price also there as we have some whistles and maybe a flag.
Sparta did a good job of adjusting to Adeleke that time, catching him right at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, and I thought it was a hold, but no flag. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bears, as it was no gain there for Morgan State. 2 wide receivers split to either side. Now for the Bears, the Spartans in their base look. Golat awaiting the snap. Golat will take off. He avoids one tackle and then gets to the 37-yard line before he stopped up. Sean Middleton there for the Spartans. Marquise Hall also there. It'll bring up a 3rd down and long. So pick up a 2 yards there on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Bears. Golat back to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers to the near side. 2 to the far. Empty backfield. Actually, 1 to the far with the tight end lined up to the far side of the field as well. Golat drops back to pass. Looking out, the flat pass is going to be complete into the hands of Corey Holmes with a great catch. Picked that one off of his hands, and Quinterly came up to make the stop, but it's not before he got into Norfolk State territory at the Spartan 49-yard line for a first.
And Tyree almost came up with an interception. I think 1/10 of a second sooner, and it might have been a pick 6.
As Golat back into an empty set. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Golat awaiting the snap. And he'll swing it out quickly, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Intended to Darian Pullian. And for Morgan State, that's his first incompletion of the day. For Golot, he's now 5 of 6 for 44 yards and a touchdown.
He got distracted watching Tyree Givers Wilson charge at him. Took his eyes off the ball for a tenth of a second. Dropped it. Missed it, really.
Same formation for Golot, who has 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Empty backfield, the tight end, Xavier Gravett, to the far side, as it's going to be a quarterback keeper and a lot of room to run for Golot. He picks up the first down at the Norfolk State 35-yard line. It'll be another gain of over 10 for the Bears on the ground, who's now rushed for over 60 yards here in the first quarter with 6:54 left to go.
Golett froze the defense with that fake, and that gave him an opportunity to swing off the right side of the tackle from our perspective.
4 wideouts in the formation. The H-back is going to be Gravett, lined up to the near side of the field. As quick swing out into the flat, making the catch. It's Manasseh Bailey. He makes 4 people miss there before he's pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line, a pickup of 5 on first down.
Still an impressive job by the Spartans secondary there. They cut off his pursuit. That could have been a damaging catch.
It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Bears. Both teams now moving the ball well. 6 of 7 for Golot, who now back into an empty set. 5 wide out, 3 to the near side, 2 to the far. It's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way, and picking up the first down again is Golot inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line before he's taken down by Bobby Price.
Ross, I'm wondering what are the keys that Golett is doing to trigger his runs.
These look like design runs. I think it's just you have to reach your keys if you're Norfolk State and make sure you have all of your defensive assignments correct. As Golot will send 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. The tight end, Gravett, also lined up to the near side on the line of scrimmage. And Golot awaits the snap. Golot, again, quickly out into the flat, and another drop by Darian Polian. It's been the same look for Morgan State. A lot of swings, trying to get this Norfolk State defensive backfield to come up a little bit. As the Bears now have a 2nd down and 10. As Golot, again, will be in an empty backfield. 3 wide receivers to the top of the formation, 1 to the near.
And Golett's a big kid. He can see over that line, too.
Golot, 6'3", 230. As he drops back to pass with time. Looking over the middle of the field, and he gets hit in the backfield. That's the first pressure of the night for the Spartans. Nigel Chavis there. Also there for the Spartans, Marquise Hall, the inside linebacker, and that drops Morgan State for a loss of about 2. And with 5 minutes to go, it'll bring up a 3rd down and 12 for the Bears.
You can't pounce around back there with Chavis and Hall coming in like that. Those guys are just tenacious on a pass rush, and they seem to coming into their own as far as reading the offense.
Empty backfield for Golot. As it's going to be another quarterback keeper. He bounces outside. He's going to get taken down at the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. Nice job there by Nigel Chavis of making the stop. And then we'll see now a field goal opportunity from the middle of the field with the leg. Enough to do it is Alex Rhea with 4:32 left to go here in the first quarter. Rhea from the middle of the field will tee it up from about 39 yards. Out of the hold of Golot, Corey Holmes will snap it.
You know, the Bears feel they have to go against.
As the kick is up, it's high enough, it's long enough, it is up, and it's good. And Morgan State takes the lead again, brings it up to 4, 10-6 with 4:05 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're listening and watching MEAC Football on ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network. Wait.
Hello, Sharon.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
2, 1.
Welcome back to Dick Price Stadium in Norfolk, Virginia. 10-6 is your score. Morgan State leading Norfolk State by 4 after the field goal Knocked through by Rhea. Rhea gets set to kick off. Bobby Price and Marcus Taylor back deep, getting set to return the kick for the Spartans. As Rhea gets his foot into this one, he drives this one. This one goes through the end zone. And the Spartans will start this drive from their own 25-yard line.
The Bears trying to keep the ball away from Taylor once again, one of the top returners when he can get the ball in the conference.
As Taylor has the touchdown today for Norfolk State. Again, the Spartans saw man coverage twice in that drive and tried to throw the ball down the field, and they completed. Juwan Carter, 1 of 2 for 71 yards in that touchdown. As Morgan State seemingly have learned their lesson here, as they'll have 2 deep safeties, as the Spartans will send 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Hewlett in the backfield now for the Spartans. Carter in the shotgun, awaiting the snap with 4 on the play clock. Carter has to get it off, and I don't think he will.
Right at the whistle.
It is a delay of game. And that'll make it a 1st and 15. And Coach Scott will send the play back in. And again, the Spartans got to the line of scrimmage in good enough time. Juwan Carter just surveying the defense there, and now we'll restart it here. 3-4 look for the Bears as Carter in the shotgun, Hewlett to his left. Quick set. The pass is going to be incomplete as Carter was looking for Marcus Taylor on the slant. He was covered well. Might not have wanted to catch that one either.
Yeah,
as the Bears were right there on him as soon as the ball whizzed by his hands. They'll bring up a 2nd down and 15 for the Spartans. As Carter will send Hewlett to his right. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line, for Norfolk State. 1 deep safety for the Bears. Zone look as well in the secondary as Carter waits the snap, drops back the pass. Pass is going to be complete out to Wana, who slides down as he makes it to the 25-yard line. Back to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Carter still needs to put that ball where the receivers can do something with it. He's throwing it at them. By the timing of the pass it appears that it's almost behind the receiver.
It's a pickup of 5 for Awana. And the Spartans now will go 4 wideouts in the formation, 2 split to either side. Hewlett stays in the backfield. Again, a base look for the Bears. As Carter drops back the pass with time, steps up in the pocket, and is going to get hit. Stays away. Now gets it to his safety valve, and Hewlett's hit hard as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not much more than that. And it'll bring up a 3rd down a 4th down situation for the Spartans.
Offense too quick to get out. And which goes to another point, Morgan State is dominating the time of possession, Ross.
Dante Small makes the hit. And we'll see Taylor Godey for the first time today. As the snap is wide, Godey will get this punt off, and it's going to be angled to the right side. And it's going to take a Norfolk State bounce and be touched dead at around the 32-yard line. And that's where the Morgan State offense will come back out onto the field. They're 2 for 2 in scoring chances today on their 2 drives. The Spartans punted for the first time, and we'll see Golat come back out for the Bears with about 2:42 left to go here in the first quarter. Morgan State leading 10-6.
But Morgan State knows that Norfolk State can strike quickly and deadly at any time. I believe that's why they went on and went for that field goal. If you get inside the 30, you got to attempt it, and I think it's going to allow them to keep pace with that fast-scoring offense of the Spartans.
Golat back onto the field with 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Golat will keep it. He picks his way through the line of scrimmage, gets hit hard as he picks up around 6 on 1st down out to the 38-yard line. They bring up a 2nd down and 4. Again, you see a lot of carries for Golat, a 6'3", 230-pound redshirt freshman. He has 8 carries tonight for 51 yards.
And he has a deep offensive line that's averaging almost 300 plus pounds across there. You stack up behind those guys, and you got a force there.
As it's 2nd down and 4, Golot has now Adeliki to his right. Adeliki will get the handoff and breaks up the 1st down as he's stopped by Nigel Chavis, also there for Norfolk State was Nigel Chavis. It's a 1st down and 10 for Morgan State. Golot in the shotgun again. Adeliki to his left. Ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line. 1:45 left to go here in the 1st quarter. Golot awaits the snap. And it's going to be a quick swing out in the flat. Making a reception and losing a yard for the Bears is White. Nice coverage there by Norfolk State's Bobby Price. He came up quickly from his free safety position to make the stop.
Bobby Price, one of the best safeties in the country. And luckily we have him here at Norfolk State, a graduate of Bishop Sullivan High School in Virginia Beach.
A loss of 1, so it'll make it a 2nd down and 11 for Golot. He has Adeliki to his left, 3 wide receivers to the near side. 1 to the far, 1 deep safety for the Spartans. That's Nairi Quinley, as the handoff will go to the back, and picking up solid yardage is Adeliki. He'll pick up the 1st down inside of Norfolk State territory to the Spartans' 44-yard line, and Nairi Quinley gets up gingerly.
Adeliki had a nice hole to run through that time, and he took advantage of it.
As the Spartans will see Morgan State pick up another 1st down with 2 wide receivers now to the far side, 1 to the near. Golot again will hand it off to Adeliki. He breaks 1 tackle, picks up 1 yard on the play before he stopped. Nice job there by Marquise Hall, but it will be a 2nd down and 9 for the Bears. Clock under 30 seconds here in the 1st quarter. A pickup of 1 for the Bears. With 15 seconds to go, let's see if Morgan State decides to run another play. And I think they will hold off to the start of the 2nd quarter. It's a 10-6 lead for Morgan State. When we come back from this timeout, the Bears will have a 2nd down and 9 as they will flip fields. Norfolk State trails 10-6 here in the 1st quarter. We'll be back to the stadium as we take a timeout on the field. You're watching MEAC Football on ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network. Down situations as Golot will send 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Golot awaits the snap, drops back to pass. Looking downfield, has a man. Pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for Manasseh Bailey. Throws it out of bounds, and that'll bring up a 4th down situation. Let's see what the Bears decide to do. And they will bring their punting unit onto the field. That's the first time that Morgan State will punt today.
Nigel Chavis did a good job of covering the receiver.
As Bobby Price will stand at his own 10-yard line, he will await the punt from Nicholas O'Shea, a 5'8", 165-pound freshman, with 14:12 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. The snap. We'll get back to O'Shea. He'll get this one away, and Bobby Price will allow this one to bounce, and it will bounce at the 10-yard line. It'll be taken at the 10, maybe the 11-yard line. And they'll start at the, well, one official says the 10, one official says the 11.
And never the twain shall meet.
And let's see where the ball will be spotted. It will be spotted at the Norfolk State 10-yard line, so the Spartans out for the 3rd time offensively after the stop on defense, and we'll see Jawan Carter come back out. He'll send 2 wide receivers out in this formation, 1 split to either side. Split backfield as we see Hewlett and Brent in the backfield. Hewlett now in motion to the near side. He lines up in the slot. As Carter waits the snap, he hands it off to Brent. Brent gets back to the line of scrimmage, pushes his way forward, maybe for about 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Spartans.
We'll take those 2 yards. It's 2nd and 8. Good field position within the 10-yard measurement there.
The ball will be spotted at the Norfolk State 12-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 8 as Carter again will split the backfield. Hewlett to the right of Juwan and Brent to the left. 2 wide receivers split to the far side, 1 to the near. Carter in the shotgun, awaiting the snap. Drops back to pass. Steps up, going to pass it out to Brent in the flat. Brent trying to avoid 1 tackle, can't do it. Nice coverage there by Corvon Trey Ravel. And Ravel stops Brent for a loss of 1.
Brent tried to stiff on Ravel, but Ravel's kind of a big back there. He's 6'1", 205. That's almost the size of a linebacker in some programs.
As the Spartans now will have a 3rd down and 9. Ever since that first drive where Marcus Taylor got loose for the 71-yard touchdown pass and that man coverage, we haven't seen a lot of man from the Bears as Carter will have this 3rd down. Drops back to pass. Blitz coming. It's going to be a screen out to Brent. Brent with blockers in front of him, spins his way into a tackle. Gets out to the 15-yard line. And that's it. A pickup of about 4. And that'll bring up 4th down, and the punting unit will be out on the field for the Spartans.
I tell you, Ross, the time we complete a screen and we get stopped right there.
As we see Goody, he'll stand at his goal line. The long snapper, Trayvon Sneed, will get set to punt it away. Taylor Goody for the 2nd time. Thorns back deep as the snap is low. The kick is away. It's an end-over-end kick that will bounce at the 50 and be picked up and lost. And Norfolk State will pick it up and should have the football.
I tell you.
It was picked up by freshman Alan Boykins. Boykins, after Thorne tried to pick it up, and he scooped it forward. Boykins was Johnny on the spot, and the Spartans will have great field position inside of Morgan State territory at the Bear 47-yard line. As that punt was away, and we saw Thorne let it bounce, and bounced twice, picked up, and then right on him was Nigel Chavis, and the ball was poked away, and Johnny on the spot for Norfolk State is Alan Boykins, and the offense back onto the field for Norfolk State.
The specialty teams in Norfolk State have really been coming along over the last 2 or 3 games. I think they're finally getting to the rhythm that Coach Scott wants.
Carter will get it, drops back to pass with time, looking down the field, looking for Awana. Pass is going to be incomplete.
See a little confusion on the patterns.
Looking for a deep out there. He had Justin Smith coming underneath as Carter wanted to go deep for Awana. It will be 2nd down.
So Awana at that time had a choice of 2 receivers. Tried to go for the quick 6 again. Sometimes you have to go with your primary receiver, the way the play is called.
As Carter will huddle up again with the 2nd down and 10. Carter now 5 of 8 for the game. As he sends 2 wide receivers out to the far side, 1 to the near side. We see Savage back into the backfield for Norfolk State on his 2nd down and 9. Carter, quick drop, looks out, and the ball's going to be intercepted. And not a lot of room in front of him. A lot of room in front of number 19. That's Trigg, who will bring it in for the score.
Throwing the ball where you think the receiver has just left is not going to work. He threw the ball behind the wide receiver. We paid for it. We've been lucky so far. We paid for it on that pass.
Pick 6 for Trigg for Morgan State, and it's now a 16-6 ball game in favor of the Bears, and the special teams unit will come out for the Bears. So just a zone look there for Morgan State, and again for the 12th time this year, Juwan Carter intercepted. This one, a big one, as it's brought back for the score. Trigg brings it 57 yards back. The extra point is on its way. It's high enough, it's long enough, it's up, and it is through. The Spartans now trail 17-6 here at Dick Price Stadium. We'll take a timeout on the field. You're watching MEAC Football on ESPN 3 and the NSU Sports Network.
Stand forever ready to fight for what matters.
Let's go! Get my round in there!
Do you have what it takes?
Morgan State extends their lead down to 17-6 after a 57-yard interception return for a touchdown as Rhea comes back out to kick off. Trigg with that touchdown interception, as Rhea will get this one off, and this one would be kicked deep into the end zone, and for the third time it's going to be a touchback for Rhea, and the Spartan offense back out onto the field, and we see DeAndre Thomas for the first time today for the Spartans.
Saw Thomas warming up a little earlier, came out of the Cape. I think Coach Scott wants to make an adjustment on offense, see if he can take advantage of some weaknesses of the Bears' defense, and throw off their timing with a new look and a different look at quarterback Ross.
4 wideouts in the formation for the Spartans, 2 to the far side, 2 to the near. Savage in the backfield for DeAndre. The freshman seeing a base look for the Bears. Drops back to pass with time. It's going to be complete out to Ellington. Ellington with a nice catch, and with the pressure coming in his face, the freshman makes a solid pass for a pickup of 7 out past the 30-yard line to the 32.
Nice time. He took his time, waited for the play to set up, got it to the got it to the receiver.
It'll be a 2nd down and 3 for the Spartans. As, again, Norfolk State will send 3 wideouts to the far side of the field. We see 1 wideout to the near side. Thomas in the shotgun. Savage to his left. Drop back. It's going to be a quick pass out to Marcus Taylor. Taylor cuts upfield and gets near the first down marker. He'll be about a yard short of the first down out to the 34-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Third and short.
And it will be a 3rd down and a half a yard here for the Spartans with 10:35 left to go here in the second quarter. 17-6 is your score. Morgan State with the lead. 2 wide receivers to the near side and 1 to the far. That's Taylor. Savage to the left of Thomas in the shotgun. Thomas awaiting the snap, and is going to be a keeper. Thomas will pick up the first down as he keeps it on the option, gets out to the 40-yard line, a pickup of about 6 on the play. It'll be a first down for the Spartans.
Thomas did a good job of reading the pursuit of the defensive end, held on to the ball instead of going for the pitch. 1st and 10 for the Spartans.
Also, something you haven't really seen on film for Norfolk State, and might have caught Morgan State off guard a little bit. Nice wrinkle there by the head coach, Latrell Scott, the offensive play caller, as Norfolk State will go empty now. 3 wideouts to the far side, 2 to the near side.
All right, Mr. Thomas, what you got up your sleeve now?
Thomas awaits the snap, surveys the defense, awaits the snap with 2 on the play clock, and gets it off just in time. Thomas looking downfield is going to get hit, and they're going to say it's incomplete, as Thomas didn't see the blitz coming off the edge. And
that was Speedy Tariq Irving on that blitz.
And he wanted to go downfield, and it looked like as soon as he threw it, the
defensive back
came right through his throwing shoulder. Hopefully everything's all right with Thomas.
He was able to sit up on his own there. What if he had the rib cage that, protectors that fall a little bit under the shoulder pads?
It looks like they're favoring more of his shoulder there, as the timeout's going to be taken on the field. We'll take it with him with 9:32 left to go here in the second quarter. Norfolk State trailing 17-6. You are watching MEAC Football on ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network.
Olga mailed herself back to Russia. No one is coming.
(17-6) is your score, as DeAndre Thomas is helped to the sideline. Hopefully everything's all right with the young man, as the Spartans have a 2nd down and 10. The starter back into the ball game, and Jawan Carter, he sends Hewlett in motion. Carter swings it out to Hewlett. Hewlett has to make up some ground, makes one man miss. Nice move, steps inside the 45-yard line, gets pushed forward to the 47 by his own offensive lineman. A lot of work done there by Hewlett, but a great job there as he makes people miss in the backfield to pick up 7 on 2nd down to make it a 3rd down and short 3.
Really good run by Hewlett. We saw some early images earlier of what he could really do when he had a hand on the football last week. Good running back.
As Carter will come out. Split backfield again. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Hewlett and Brent in the backfield as Carter drops back to pass. With time, looks over the middle. Pass is going to be complete to Winstead, but he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much more than that. And actually, give him credit for 2. It'll bring up a 4th down and 1, and we'll see Taylor Godey.
Glad to see the ball in Winstead's hand. He's one of the finer receivers in the conference.
It's a pickup of 2, and that'll make it a 4th down situation for the Spartans. And out comes Taylor Godey.
And Winstead's a tough guy, too. You know, the Bears tried to grab the ball out of his hand. Couldn't take it out of those iron hands that he has. Winstead, that is.
Godey on to punt. Low snap. Godey will get the punt away. It's high, end over end, and it will be angled out of bounds. Oh, into the end zone. Didn't get the bounce that he wanted, but it was close to the coffin corner, and it will be a touchback, and the Spartans will see the Bears come out from the 20-yard line. Again, Norfolk State trailing 17-6 with 7:55 left to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, maybe the defense can get that touchdown back for us, you know? And without it, it's 10-6.
Exactly, as the offense back onto the field. We haven't seen or called Golat's name in a while, as the Bears send 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Golat will hand it off. He gets Jalen Jackson the football. He picks up 2 on the play. And make it a 2nd down and 8 as Nigel Chavis was there on the stop with 7:40 left to go here in the second quarter.
Good stop out of Spartans.
Golat will come back out. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Golat awaits the snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Golat gets tripped up as he picks up around 5 on the play. Marquise Hall on the play, and he gets up slowly. Hall will jog off under his own power after he made the stop. It'll be a 3rd down and 2 for the Bears as we see Dale Craig for the first time today in the defensive package. As the Bears send 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Spartans expecting run. And it will be a run, and here is the quarterback keeper. And dragging Nyree Quinley is the quarterback, Dion Golat, and he picks up the 1st down to the 44-yard line.
Good read, Ross. You need to be in the coach's box. You really called that play. Spartans did respond to it, but not before the Bears were able to pick up the 1st down.
Hall back onto the field.
Actually, the 4.
It will be a 1st down at the Morgan State 44. Golat awaiting his snap. As he now looks at the sideline. Clock moving with 6:24 remaining here in the second quarter. 17-6 is your score. Morgan State with the lead and the football. As Golat drops back to pass. The pass is going to be complete in the flat. Looking for the tight end Gravett. He makes the catch. He's still on his feet as he's gang tackled as he gets inside Norfolk State territory after pickup of 9 to the 42-yard line. And everything has been short for Dion Golat. A lot of things in the flat, trying to give him easy passes, and he's done a good job of completing them.
Yeah, and trying to stay away from that Norfolk State secondary, put the burden on the linebackers and the short pass defense.
As Golat back to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Spartans give them room as the pass is going to be complete out in the flat, picking up the 1st down and more. And stepping out of the bounds is Dalen Baldwin after a pickup of about 4 inside the 45 to the 43-yard line with 5:21 left to go here in the second quarter. This Norfolk State defense really on their heels a little bit against this Morgan State offense. Again, it's everything short. Just taking what the defense is giving them for the Bears.
Good point, Ross. You know, they got that big offensive line. They're not going to test the stars and the Norfolk State secondary. They're going to try to throw somewhere around or right under the linebacker zone.
3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near for Golat. As Golat will take off again. And again, he gets past the line of scrimmage, past the 40-yard line to the 39 to pick up a 4. And we're going to have a stoppage of play. As Tavian Blackwell will have to come out of the ball game. Marquise Hall makes the stop after a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 with 4:42 left to go here in the first half. For Morgan State, Golat today has 83 yards rushing on 12 carries. Morgan State has rushed for 126 yards here today. 3 wide outs to the far side again, 1 to the near. For Golat, again in the shotgun. 3 down linemen for the Spartans. Golat, quick flare out into the flat. And again, picking up solid yardage on the play. The wide receiver was Corey Holmes. That'll make it a 3rd down and short for the Bears.
As you referred to earlier, Ross, you know, the Bears are trying to take advantage of that short zone area right between the secondary and right under, right between the linebackers there.
Everything is quick as well for Morgan State as we see Adeliki back into the backfield on this 3rd down and half a yard from the Norfolk State 34-yard line. Spartans crowd the line of scrimmage as Golat hands it off to Adeliki. He breaks through the middle, picks up the 1st down and more inside the 25-yard line down to the 24. It'll be a 1st down for the Bears.
Adeliki, tough cat, running under that big offensive line of Morgan State Bears. And they'll pound it in.
As the Bears pick up another 1st down. They're 4 of 6 on 3rd down today. 13 1st downs for Morgan State on the afternoon. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. The Bears have rushed for 136 yards, 97 in the first quarter, 39 here in the second, with 3:05 left to go. Clock moving as Golat awaits the snap. Drops back to pass. Pressure coming. Golat looks downfield. Pass is going to be nearly intercepted. Nairi Quinley was right there as the pass was intended for Gravett. Gravett.
And Quinley, is that him coming off without his helmet there? He'll have to be.
Yeah, Gravett was covered nicely by Quinley, who came down awkwardly. As Quinley will come to the sideline. Into the ball game now for Norfolk State is R.J. Coles. Coles will be.
And the Bears will probably try to throw to the same side.
As it's going to be a quarterback keeper. It's going to be a throwback. And it's going to be to the offensive lineman. And I think he might have been in probably an ineligible receiver. The offensive lineman broke a tackle, though. And let's see what the penalty is going to be for the Bears.
What about him being behind the line of scrimmage?
He can throw it he can throw it back. It was a forward pass. It was a forward pass. We just have to see if he was an eligible receiver or not.
That's what I was talking about.
There's Quinley on the sideline getting checked for a bloody nose as the flag was thrown at the 32-yard line.
They're discussing it now. Was he eligible receiver?
Here's the conversation. The Bears are going to get backed up one way or the other here.
Officials coming over to give Coach Latrell Scott the ruling on that play. Quinley still on the sideline.
We're going to await the call here. Ineligible receiver. The pass is in. And they're going to say the Spartans are going to decline the penalty. That'll make up a 3rd down now and 10 for the Bears. Or maybe a 2nd down and 10.
as the Spartans, with 2:42 left to go here in the second quarter, trailing 17-6. Interesting strategy. It is third down as Golat will have two wide receivers to the far side. The Spartans showing man coverage. Golat drops back to pass. Golat with time pass is going to be in the hands of Gravett, and he gets it at the 10-yard line. It'll be a first down and goal for the Spartans, for the Bears. Gravett was in man coverage with Quintrell Chung, and out in the flat, picked up the first down.
I wonder why Chung didn't intercept that ball. It kind of got hung up in the wind there a little bit, so that might have startled him some.
And Aaron Chandler also came over with the help. It will be a first down and goal down for the Bears from the 10. Golat in the shotgun. 3 wide out to the far side, 1 to the near side. Golat will take off in between the tackles, and he'll walk into the end zone for the score.
You said walk into the end zone, Ross. I guess that was pretty much it. I don't know what the defense collapsed on that side, on the near side closest to us.
That makes it a 23-6 ball game. Morgan State with the lead with 2:04 left to go here in the second quarter. That's the first touchdown on the ground for Golat. The first rushing touchdown today, as Rhea will come on to attempt the extra point to make it a 24-6 ball game. As the snap is low, but the kick is high enough and through. And the Spartans now trail 24-6 with 2:04 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a time out on the field. You're watching MEAC Football on ESPN 3 and the NSU Sports Network. (24-6) now is your score. Morgan State leading Norfolk State here after the first drive of the ball game for Norfolk State. The Bears have rattled off 17 unanswered and now lead 24-6 as Rhea gets it off. Back deep is Taylor, and Taylor might have a shot at this one, and he will return it from the 3-yard line. Taylor angles right side looking for a hold. Taylor bounces outside and gets to the 25 and then steps out of bounds as he makes it to the 28-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Spartans there. Nice return there by Marcus Taylor. And for the first time, the Spartans won't start at their own 25. They'll start at their own 29.
Been waiting for one of those returns by Taylor, one of the quickest, fastest players on the team. Taylor runs the 40 in about 4.4.
So the ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line for Norfolk State, actually. Mark it up. It must have been a penalty somewhere.
I don't see the flag.
Someone must have been offsides, as the officials' microphone isn't working. The Spartans took it from the end of the play. So we'll say a first down and 10 for the Spartans at the 35-yard line. Carter in the shotgun, drops back to pass, has Savage out of the backfield. He'll pick up the first down, and he'll get taken down out of bounds as he makes it past the 45 to the 48-yard line. Stop on the play made by Damari Whitaker.
That was a good catch by Aaron. He's a really Savage is a really good receiver out of the backfield. And him and Hootie had a good combination going on at that moment. Good read, good pass.
The Spartans will have the possession of the football out of halftime with 1:52 left to go as the Spartans move quickly. Carter steps up in the pocket, avoids one sack. Steps up now, steps outside, gets to the 49-yard line before he's taken down. A pickup of about 1, and it will bring up a second down and 9 as Morgan State send a blitz there. The Spartans will keep their offense at the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. That's Winstead, who's been pretty quiet here today. As one catch as Carter drops back to pass. Pressure coming. It's going to be a screen. That's nearly intercepted as we have a flag thrown. As Carter gets up slow too. We'll see what the penalty is going to be. It's thrown at the 45-yard line as Carter gets up slowly. DeAndre Thomas, the backup quarterback, on the sideline without his shoulder pads. And it will be against Morgan State, so that'll help the Spartan cause out inside of the 40-yard line to the 36-yard line with 1:18 left to go.
Savage took his eyes off the ball at the very last moment, and that caused him to miss the pass.
And Morgan State has been very aggressive here, sending pressure against the Spartans. Carter will have it again, drops back the pass, pressure coming again, looking in the direction of Winstead, throws it out of bounds.
Still getting that pressure, still getting those rushes. I think the Bears has found that the quarterbacks can get somewhat pursued from the ends, so they're going to blitz as often as they can now.
2nd down and 10 for the Spartans with 1:13 left to go here in the second quarter. Norfolk State trailing 24-6. Carter will send 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Again, Savage in the backfield. Norfolk State with all 3 timeouts and have a stoppage of play. It looked like a Bear jumped offside, and then Norfolk State started moving, and we're going to have the conversation now. If the Bears were in the neutral zone when the player jumped, let's see what we get. They're moving the wrong direction if you're a Spartan fan.
It appears to be against the Spartans.
Yep, it will be against Norfolk State.
And you know what? We rarely jump offside, Ross.
And again, the false start will make it a 2nd down and 15. The official's microphone not working here. With 1:13 left to go here in the second quarter. Norfolk State backed up 5 yards. Carter in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Savage in the backfield. Carter drops back the pass. With time, looking down the middle of the field for Winstead. And it lost it up and just throws Winstead. It will be a 3rd down and 15.
You had to take that one. Didn't get the Winstead didn't get the separation he wanted to get, but had the ball been not overthrown, he might have been able to make that catch. He's a very talented receiver.
It'll bring up a 3rd down and 15. 1:06 left to go here in the second quarter. And again, we've seen all zone since that first drive for Morgan State, where the Spartans beat them on a 71-yard touchdown strike from Carter to Marcus Taylor. Ever since then, it's been all zone, and we'll see it again here as Carter will empty the backfield, drops back to pass, looking over the middle for Marcus Taylor, and throws it just a tad bit too hot. And out of the hands of Taylor, it'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, I think Taylor trying to adjust from running into the official, but if he's there, run over him, catch the ball.
So we'll see Taylor Godey. Spartans now will punt for the 4th time tonight. Standing at the 10-yard line for Morgan State is White as the punt is away, and Godey gets this one away, and White will let it bounce into the end zone, and this ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line for Morgan State after the touchback. 54 seconds to go. Both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining.
Never would have thought it would have been 24-16 at this juncture, though.
There's the offense from Morgan State in the first half. 146 yards on the ground, 80 yards through the air. Norfolk State with 20 yards rushing, 104 through the air. 124 yards for Norfolk State, 226 for Morgan. As the Bears come back to the line of scrimmage, 3 wide receivers to the far side. In the shotgun by himself will be Golat, as he also has a receiver to the near side. Golat drops back, looking out in the flat for a screen. Pass is going to be complete to Gravett, the tight end, as he gets pushed out of bounds after a pickup of 3. Clock will stop with 49 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The Bears will huddle. To the near side is going to be Bailey. Bailey will be joined by 2 other receivers in this formation. 1 wide receiver to the far side for Golat. The Spartans could use a turnover here as Golat awaits the snap. Dropping back the passes. Golat pass is going to be complete. And about a yard shy of the first down for the Bears is Holmes, and the timeout will be called by Morgan State.
You know, you were saying earlier they like those short passes. I didn't think he was going to try to test an offset out there on the wide out. Try to get some up under the linebackers there.
Check that. We'll have a flag thrown against the Bears. It's a hold. It might change things up a little bit with 41 seconds to go. It was a 2nd down and 6. This will back them up 10. We'll make it down to 2nd down and 16.
Once again, the Spartans defense get ready to step things up here.
And this might change the Spartans' attitude here. They have 3 timeouts remaining. About what they do with the clock stopped at 41 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. Actually, they'll keep the clock running now, and I think if the Bears run another play, it won't be very quickly, as the clock is under 20 seconds now. As Golot awaits the snap. And we're going to have a timeout taken as the play clock had expired. And Morgan State will take their first charge timeout. Hang around with us. At halftime, you'll hear from Marcus Taylor. He scored the only touchdown thus far for the Spartans on a 71-yard reception. And we'll hear from him. And also check out scores from around the conference. A lot of big games here today. The Aggie Eagle Classic just underway. North Carolina Central and North Carolina A&T. Also, Bryant and Howard knotted up at 28 in the 2nd quarter. South Carolina State leading Savannah State 7-3. North Carolina Central trailing North Carolina A&T 6-0 with the extra point coming up. Delaware State leading Virginia University of Lynchburg 13-0. As Golot back in the shotgun, awaiting the snap. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Golot drops back to pass, looking downfield, scrambles away from trouble, and finds his receiver, and getting to the sideline and pushed out of bounds for Morgan State was Manasseh Bailey. He got up near the original line of scrimmage with 7 seconds remaining, and that will make it a 3rd down and 9.
Golot tried to look downfield, but you got that Norfolk State magnet type coverage in the secondary. So he had to settle for what he could get.
As Golot with 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, will hand it off to the back and breaking free and picking up the 1st down, but ending the first half essentially is Jalen Jackson. And that will do it for the first half, where Morgan State jumped out to 24-6 lead over Norfolk State. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to NSU Football and watching NSU Football on MEAC Sports on ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network.
Line.
24-6 is your halftime score. Welcome back to Dick Price Stadium here in Norfolk, Virginia. Ross Gordon joined by Glenn Mason. And Glenn, it's been an interesting first half. The Spartans got off well after the quick touchdown strike by the Bears. And then after that, it's been all Morgan State. They have a pick 6. They've really controlled both lines of scrimmage here in the first half. And the Spartans are going to have to do a better job there and to start the 3rd quarter.
The Bears have a huge offensive line. They got a big quarterback. And what's the element or the factor, the key factor to the first half was the time of possession that the Bears have. According to the halftime stats, they maintained possession of the ball for about 20 minutes, opposed to half that for the Spartans with about 9 minutes. We scored quickly, but the Bears seem to be dominating this time of possession, and that's keeping the ball out of our hands. That could be a result of Marcus and Carter hooking up on that quick 71-yard touchdown, Ross.
Yeah, the Spartans also have to stop the run there. They've given up 25 carries for 157 yards today. Norfolk State throwing the football 9 of 17 for 104 yards to go along with the score. They've been picked off once. 13 of 18 from Morgan State
for 92 yards. They have a score by DJ Golat. He has 92 yards, 1 touchdown. Throwing, he has 93 yards rushing to go along with a touchdown on 13 carries as well. He's been sacked once. He has a 7.2 yard average, and he leads the way for Morgan State on the ground. 51 yards for Adeleke, and Jalen Jackson with 13 yards on the ground. Hewlett with 1 carry for 7 yards. DeAndre Thomas 1 carry for 6 yards. Aaron Savage 1 for 4. Brent 1 for 2. The Spartans just not getting anything consistently here today on the offensive side of the football, besides that 71-yard strike from Jawan Carter into the hands of Marcus Taylor. He has 2 receptions for those 73 yards. We'll take this time out, and when we come back, we'll talk to Marcus Taylor, the senior wide receiver from Richmond, Virginia. We'll take a time out. You are watching MEAC Football on ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network.
You need to go to the restaurant?
Huh?
You need to go to the restaurant?
Nah, good.
On American Airlines.
Hello and welcome back to Dick Price Stadium. Earlier, we mentioned that we talked to Marcus Taylor earlier in the week. We'll send it now to Matt Mahalik as he sits down with Marcus Taylor, the senior wide receiver from Richmond.
Thanks, Ross. As we continue along with the halftime show here on the NSU Sports Network, we're joined by one of the 7 seniors playing in today's ball game for the Spartans. We're here with senior wide receiver Marcus Taylor. Marcus, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. Hard to believe we're here. Last home game, your last chance to run out on the field at Dick Price Stadium. What are some of the thoughts that you're having going into senior day?
Well, I'm just more so focused on the game. I'm not even looking at it as senior day. I'm just worried about the game, trying to get the win.
When we talked to Coach Scott a little bit about the senior class, it's not a real big class, just 7 players, but a number of guys who were in his very first recruiting class when he came here to Norfolk State. What's it been like, and what does it mean to you for you to be one of the first guys that Coach Scott recruited, a guy that he said, hey, I want my program to be built around a guy like Marcus Taylor?
I'm very thankful for it. Coming out of high school, I had a situation. I was committed somewhere else, and they took my offer, but Coach Scott took me in, and ever since it's just been like family, and I'm very thankful for it.
Of course, you got a chance to see the field early in your career, both at receiver and as a kick returner, and you've steadily worked your way up. Every year we see the numbers going up to where you were all MEAC last year at both receiver and kick returner. How would you sort of explain your development both as a receiver and as a kick returner over these last 4 years?
It started when I came in. Greg Hankerson got a hold to me, and we took a trip to Florida, and he introduced me to his cousin. His name is T.A. Well, that's probably his nickname. His grand name is Goldfield Global. And ever since I've been working with him, he just changed my game. My game just has improved.
As we mentioned, we've seen your production increase every year. We've seen your name toward the top of a lot of the NSU career records list. What does it mean to you to kind of put your stamp on a program like that, to be able to say, hey, I'm the guy that put up almost 2,000 receiving yards and scored all these touchdowns, and I'm up there with some of the greats in NSU history?
I'm just trying to finish. I'm trying to finish high as I possibly can. So I haven't really looked at it yet, but once I really check, I'll dwell on it.
This year, we've seen you return punts a lot more. Last year, you were always a huge threat kick returning. Maybe split some time at punt returner, but coming into this year, that was one thing that was added to your repertoire, and you brought one back against North Carolina A&T and had one that was unfortunately called back by a penalty last week. But how have you been able to sort of impact games now as a punt returner, along with what you do in the receiving and the kick return game?
They didn't really expect me to return punts this year, because of last year I didn't really return too much. So it's just been helping our game. Like, it's just give us energy.
You've always been, I'm assuming, the fastest guy on the team. I'm sure that the one that the players would say is the fastest on the team since you've been here. Where do you get your speed from? Is it a hereditary thing, or is it just something that you were blessed with from the get-go?
Yeah, no, it's a hereditary thing. My mom ran track in high school, and my dad was a football player.
There you go. That helps to explain it. I'm assuming football you're hoping is a part of your future somehow. What are some of your future plans once the season here is over with for NSU?
Well, I'm going to go train for the NFL, see if I can get a pro day or a shot, and yeah, I'm just going to train. But after that, after football's over with, I'm probably going to go back to Richmond and try to start like programs in urban areas, because me when I was a young child, I grew up in the urban area, so I know what it's like. I just want to help kids out.
Well, you've certainly done a lot to help out this program, Marcus. We appreciate you stopping by here today, and best of luck these last couple of ball games, and we know whatever you do in the future you're going to be successful at.
Thank you.
Once again, that's Marcus Taylor, senior wide receiver, joining us here today on the NSU Sports Network. We'll take a break and then send it back out to Ross at the stadium.
Thank you, Matt, for your time, and thank you, Marcus, for wrapping up our interview series here at Dick Price Stadium. We'll take this time out, and when we come back, we'll wrap up the first half. Again, the Spartans trail Morgan State 24-6. We'll take a time out on the field. You're watching MEAC Football on the ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network.
21st.
Hello and welcome back to Dick Price Stadium. Your score at the break, 24-6, Norfolk State trailing Morgan State. Here the Bears have outgained Norfolk State 249-124, led by DJ Golat, the quarterback. 13 of 18 from the pocket, 92 yards, 1 touchdown. He also has 93 yards rushing to go along with the score as well. Manasseh Bailey with the touchdown. And again, we welcome you back. Morgan State leading Norfolk State 24-6 here on the ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network. Ross Gordon joined by Glenn Mason as we begin the third quarter. The Spartans will receive the football. Marcus Taylor and Bobby Price back deep to return the Alex Rhea kickoff.
Key elements in this half is going to be time possession once again. I hate to keep harping on that, but that's what got the Spartans behind in the first half. The Morgan State Bears had possession for about 20 minutes. North State had for about 9 on the clock.
As Red gets this one off, and it will be kicked in the direction of Marcus Taylor, who will again take it from the 3-yard line. Looking for a lane. Gets cut off as he gets past the 15-yard line to the 17. Lost the handle of the football a little bit, and he gets up slowly as he's favoring his left leg. And
he's the receiver, too. I'm concerned about that.
Ball will be spotted at the 18-yard line where Juwan Carter and the Norfolk State offense will begin this drive. And we'll check on Marcus Taylor as the second half begins. Marcus been checked out on the sideline as Carter comes out. Brett in the backfield with him as Ellington comes in motion. Now moves to the right side. Carter looking out to Winstead. Winstead makes a man miss out past the 30 to the 35. He's going to get taken down as he gets to the 40-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there from Carter to his high school teammate Isaiah Winstead. Pickup of about 20 out to the 40-yard line.
Isaiah Winstead, we're going to hear some things from this young man, one of the best wide receivers on our team here. Winstead runs great pattern, great routes. Coach Scott said he wants him to be able to play every wide receiver position in the Spartans formations.
Again, that's a nice start to the second quarter as the handoff, third quarter, as the handoff goes to Brent. Brent in between the tackles. Picks up around 2 on the play out to the 42-yard line before he stopped up. That'll make it a second down and 8 for the Spartans. 14:09 left to go here in the third quarter. 24-6 is your score. The Bears with the lead. It's going to be big for the Spartans to try to get down the field here against this very tough Morgan State defense to start the third quarter. As Smith into the game, he'll line up in the slot now to the far side. Carter waits the snap, and he'll hand it off again to Brent. Brent tries to bounce it outside and can't elude the tackle there of Ian McBurrow. McBurrow makes a stop after a pickup of 1. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 7.
I like the way the Spartans, what they're doing on the field. We need to keep the defense off. Let's pick up this 3rd down now.
The first 3rd down of the third quarter for the Spartans as Hewlett in the backfield now as Smith again goes in motion. Those 2 wide outs over that side, 1 to the near side for Juwan Carter. Carter drops back the pass with time, steps up in the pocket, now runs out of time, gets near the first down marker, but he'll be about a yard shy as he makes it to the 49.
Good read, good patience by Carter. It'll be a short yard going for that first down.
As Carter again took off as the pocket collapsed. And we'll see the punting unit as the tackle was made by McBurrow for the Bears. As the punting unit out for Norfolk State. As White stands at his own 15-yard line awaiting the Taylor Godey punt. As the punt is away, it's a high punt that will bounce and be taken inside the 15-yard line, and it's going to be recovered either in the end zone. It should be recovered in the end zone. That should be a safety.
It should be a safety.
He touched the football, and then he recovered it in the end zone. As the officials were talking, no, he touched the football.
Yeah, he touched and rolled into the end zone. The momentum carried him.
He touched
into
the football, and Coach Scott is going to talk about it. And Coach Scott not happy about the result of this play. It's a touchback, and I'll have to check that one out maybe in my off time. As you said, the ball was touched at the 5-yard line.
He wasn't too clear on his explanation. I think he's still trying to figure out what's going on himself.
I guess it will be a touchback. And we'll get the explanation maybe at another date. As the offense from Morgan State back onto the field. Again, we see the punt that was touched at the 5-yard line, but
there's the first touch. He downs it, rolls over into the end zone.
As it's going to be a throwback pass for the Bears, as the pass is going to be caught by the quarterback. And getting out past the 40-yard line was DeAndre Harris. There's a throwback as Harris caught the ball, and Harris hasn't played in a couple of games. Off the pass from goal line, he picks up the first down out past the 40-yard line. In coverage there for Norfolk State was Quintrell Chung.
Chung had a chance to intercept that ball, but I think when he turned around, he looked right into the sun.
11:41 left to go here in the third quarter as the pass out into the flat is going to be complete into the hands of Polian. Polian picks up 5 on first down. It'll be a second down and 5 for the Bears.
Short gain there for the Bears.
As again, Golat. Empty backfield. Will set up. 3 down linemen for the Spartans. 4 wide receivers for the Bears. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Golat will pick up the first down. And Moores, as he drive tacklers, still on his feet. Inside the 40, still on his feet to the 35-yard line.
Where's the whistle?
And that's where the whistle is, as Golat was still moving his feet to the 36-yard line of Norfolk State. And that will bring up a first down for the Bears inside Norfolk State territory. Marquise Hall and a host of Spartans in on that stop. A 17-yard rush. Now Golat over 100 yards, 110 to be exact, on the day rushing. In the backfield now is Aliki for Morgan State. He moves to the left of Golat. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. And we're going to have a stoppage of play. It's going to be a delay of game against Morgan State.
Morgan State trying to adjust there.
10:24 remaining in the third quarter. Morgan State down with the 1st and 15 from the Norfolk State 41.
Morgan State had a problem adjusting to Norfolk State's defense.
As Golat awaits the snap. It's going to be play action. The pass is going to be wide open over the middle of the field.
And the tight end will come up with the score from 41 yards out. And Gravett with the touchdown reception. And Morgan State now leads 30-6 with 10:05 left to go here in the third quarter.
Golette found a weakness in the Spartans' secondary on that play. The tight end got wide open, which is usually the responsibility of the strong safety in certain defensive formations. Got by and caught the Spartans where they wanted to catch them.
Ray on to attempt the extra point to make it a 31-6 ball game. Snap is good. The snap is down. Kick is high enough. It is up. And it is through. The Spartans now trail 31-6 with 10:05 left to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're watching MEAC Football on ESPN 3 and the NSU Sports Network.
I am never going to leave this tough.
31-6 is your score now. Morgan State with the lead over Norfolk State as the Bears' Alex Ray will come out to kick off again. And back deep is Bobby Price and Marcus Taylor. Price will take this one for his first return from the 3-yard line. Price tries to spin out a tackle, gets to the 16-yard line before he's dumped. And that's where the Spartans will start this drive.
Marcus Taylor's back into the ball game, Ross. He has a pad on his ankle there, or ankle brace rather. And I'm glad to see that the young man is back in the game. He still has a slight limp.
Hopefully everything's all right with him as the Spartans will trap back out onto the field offensively. As Carter will lead his troops, Marcus Taylor will come out on this offensive set with a heavily taped left ankle. A couple of weeks off for the Spartans before their next ball game against Liberty on December 1st. As Carter awaits the snap with 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. The handoff goes to Savage. Savage runs into the line. Might have picked up 1 yard on the play out to the 18-yard line. Not much after that. It's been tough sledding there running for the Spartans as Savage back to the line of scrimmage quickly. The Baltimore native.
Yes, we didn't establish our run early in the ball game. I wonder what kind of effect that had on the passing game.
Still a lot of time left to go in the third quarter. 31-6 is your score as Carter will await the snap in the shotgun. Drops back the pass. Looking out to Taylor, and Taylor wasn't ready for the pass, and he doesn't look 100%, and Taylor will come off.
He's having problems with that ankle. He couldn't make the cut that he wanted to make on that play, unfortunately. And he seems very frustrated, which is understandable, Ross.
His final game here at Dick Price Stadium. He scored a 71-yard touchdown as the Spartans now have a 3rd down and 9. Carter will sit in 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Carter drops back the pass with time. Steps up looking for Justin Smith. Smith wide open, makes the catch in the zone. Out past the 40 to the 42-yard line before he stopped. Tackle made by Corvantre Ravel.
Ravel couldn't stop that pass, couldn't stop the receiver. The Spartans 1st and 10.
And Justin Smith will be back next year. And that's what you want to see, the slot receiver to the top of the formation. We'll see the handoff go to Aaron Savage. Savage picks up 2 yards on the play out to the 44-yard line before he stopped. As the Spartans sub here. Hewlett in for Savage. Same formation, 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Carter waits the snap, drops back the pass. Pressure coming, pass is going to be incomplete. Throws it too far in front of Justin Smith.
That defensive back was all on top of Smith as he dove for the ball. Could have easily been pass interference.
You have to credit Morgan State today. Penalties, 5 for 40 yards, and Norfolk State 2 for 10. Both teams playing a clean ball game here. As the Spartans now we'll see Morgan jump off sides. Carter looking downfield for Isaiah Winstead. Ball's going to be incomplete, but we're going to have offsides against Morgan State. As the coverage on the play was by Ravel. And the guilty party was
Holly for Morgan State. That'll make it a 3rd down, and we'll say 4 for the Spartans. From the Norfolk State 49-yard line, clock stopped with 8:29 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Norfolk State trailing 31-6. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Carter awaiting the snap, drops back, rolls right, looking out in the flat, throws it too high for Winstead.
Kind of rolled right into the blitz there. That was number 9 at a BC.
And that will bring out the punting unit for the Spartans. Godey will punt. Back deep to return the punt will be the Bears as Godey gets away a high hanger. A fair catch will be called at the 10-yard line, and that's where the Bears will start this drive. Timeout will be taken on the field, as Irving makes the fair catch, and we'll take that timeout with them. You're watching MEAC Football on ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network. We're back here. Live action, Norfolk State trailing Morgan State 31-6. The Bears will have the football as quarterback keeper by Golat, and DJ picks up 2 on 1st down. Will bring up 2nd down and 8. Tavian Blackwell on the stop for the Spartans. That'll be a 2nd down for the Bears and 8. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far.
So they're getting fancy now.
Golat awaiting the snap. Adeliki to his right. And he'll get the carry, rushing left side. Broke a tackle, gets out past the 15-yard line. He's pushed forward for a pickup of about 3. Bring up a 3rd down, and we'll say 4.
The Spartan interior line did a good job of breaking in on the running back at that time.
And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Bears. It'll be big if the Spartans can get off the field here with 7:10 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Adeliki, your tailback, beside Golat in the right side as the handoff again goes to Adeliki, and he's going to drag his way forward for the 1st down as Chung couldn't bring him down after first contact at the 23-yard line.
The Bears back in that double stack offense with the receivers they like to show everyone. You bet Adeliki is going to get the ball once they line up like that.
And again, the Bears now trying to take time off the clock. 6:40 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 31-6 is your score. Morgan State with the lead. As Golat again will hand it off. Actually will keep it this time, running right side, picks up the 1st down and more. Steps out of bounds after he breaks past the 35-yard line to the 37.
He faked it to the interior of the line with Adeliki. You got to respect that. And then he took off on the opposite side of the tackle. 1st down, Morgan State Bears.
And again, Golat with the big game rushing.
Too much for a quarterback, I tell you.
As he's now at 127. There's a 14-yard pickup there for Golat, as he now sends 4 wideouts in the formation, 2 split to either side. As the handoff goes to the back, running left side was Adeliki, and he picks up 2 on the play. And that'll bring up, actually give him credit for 3 out to the 40-yard line. They'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. 4 wideouts, same formation. There's Golat today, 16 of 21 for 160 yards, 2 touchdowns. As he drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, nice little hold there, no call, and the pass is going to be complete down inside of the 35-yard line, and we're going to have the hold call. And beautiful job there by Bryce Trigg as he held on to Bryant. And that's when we'll come back.
That's the first time we've seen them pass out of that double stack all day. It almost sets up the receiver on a pick play.
It'll be second down now, but the hold by Trigg, and that was on Dixon for Norfolk State, so that will negate the pass to Gravett, who's had a big day. He's got 4 receptions, 67 yards to lead Morgan State in receptions out of the tight end spot. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far for Golat, who lines up in the shotgun. He sends a man in motion. Golat awaits the snap, and he's going to take off. Another quarterback keeper, another big gain there for Golat. As he's still on his feet, he drags tacklers for the first down.
You know, Golat's a big kid, 6'3", 230. That's just like bringing down NFL running back.
Again, a big day there for DJ Golat. 160 yards passing, now 145 yards on the ground. The Bears come out with 4 wideouts, 2 split to either side. Gravett, the tight end, the H-back to the near side. As it's going to be another quarterback keeper by Golat. He dives forward for a pickup of about 5 inside of Norfolk State territory to the 47-yard line. It'll be a second down and 5 for the Bears.
The Bears are going to take their time. They're going to eat that clock up. They're going to rest their laurels on that lead that they have.
Clock moving with 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Again, time of possession big right now for Morgan State. 22 minutes, over 22 minutes to only 14 minutes for Norfolk State. As the quarterback is going to keep it. Grovat looking downfield. Pass is going to be intercepted by Aaron Chandler. Great job there by Chandler as he jumped over the back of Corey Holmes to try to knock the ball away. And he came up with the football, and the Spartans get the turnover with 3:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Nice job there by the senior from right here in Lake Taylor, and the Spartans will get the football back after this timeout. 3:40 left to go. Norfolk State trailing 31-6 right here on MEAC Football on ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network.
Today is your day to make the most out of work. Take on today with AARP.
31-6 is your score here from Dick Price Stadium in Norfolk, Virginia. Morgan State with the lead over the Spartans of Norfolk State as Carter back onto the field after the interception, the second turnover of the night, as Winstead's wide open for the first down, avoids 2 tackles before he's taken down at the 49-yard line. And again, the Spartans find success on first down through the air right in the middle of that zone for a big gain. Winstead with another reception.
Mr. Winstead.
For Isaiah, that's going to be his 4th reception on the night. That's an 18-yard pickup there for Winstead as Carter drops back to pass again. It's going to be complete out to Savage. Savage makes one man miss before he's tripped up inside of Morgan State territory down to the 49. Stop made by McBurrow.
Morgan State trying to trip up to throw Carter off again with those blitzes. This time he had an early release. Good reception.
3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Norfolk State trailing 31-6. A lot of work to do for the Spartans as Carter drops back to pass. Quick drop. Pass is going to be complete out to Warner. He makes one man miss, makes another man miss, still on his feet inside the 35. Taken down inside the 30, down at the 29-yard line. And we're going to have another flag thrown. And hopefully this isn't against Norfolk State as it was thrown near Taro Lipscomb.
Yeah, number 27.
Number 27 for Morgan State, Kobe Warrior. Hopefully they offset. But it won't, as the play was brought to the 29-yard line. Let's see what the call is going to be.
That's too good a call, too good a play.
Okay. So, technically a pickup of about 4 on the play out to the 44-yard line. for the Spartans after the penalty by Taro Lipscomb. Not a very smart play there just after the whistle. And the Spartans, after that big pickup and nice job by Awana, now move back 15 yards. Carter has found some rhythm here as he sends 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Carter drops back to pass. Pressure coming, steps up in the pocket. Pass is going to be complete again to Winstead as he pushed out of bounds.
Now the Spartans quarterback and the receivers are finding their timing.
And again, you have to credit the offensive line with 2:29 left to go here in the third quarter. It'll be big for the Spartans to get something on the board before the end of the third. Here's Carter, awaits the snap. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Carter looking left the whole time. Looking for Taylor. Taylor makes the catch, and he's out of bounds inside the 10. Great catch there by Taylor, and it'll be a first down and goal for the Spartans at the 8.
And Taylor was kind of held on that pattern too, but he did a good job of recovering. He was recovering from a little slight ankle injury there. We really needed that boost from Mr. Taylor.
And it's been the arm of Juwan Carter now. He's up to 218 yards passing. And the Spartans inside the 10 with the first down and goal. We'll see man coverage again from the Bears. 2 wideouts to the top of the formation, 1 to the nearest. Carter looks off to Winstead. Winstead makes the catch, and it's knocked out of his hands as Winstead was covered closely by Ravel. Fans asking for a flag as Ravel never got his head turned around. And it'll be a second down and goal for the Spartans.
And it looked like he retained possession of that ball for just a little bit. A few more seconds longer, and it should have been a touchdown. Or would have been a touchdown.
It was knocked out of his hands late. And it will be a second down and goal with 1:50 left to go here in the third quarter. The Spartans trailing 31-6. Spartans trying to answer the one score from the Bears here in the third quarter as Carter has Hewlett to his right. Carter will drop back to pass. He's going to get hit in the backfield, spins away from a couple tackles, and he gets taken down at the 21-yard line.
Tight coverage by the Bears on the Spartan receivers. Pooty really didn't have anything to do with that ball. He tried to run it a little bit.
And he tried to spin away from the tackles. They will mark him down at the 16 with 1:30 left to go here in the third quarter.
One thing about the Spartans, they're never going to give up. They're never going to give up. And as far as they're concerned, we still have time to win this ball game.
As Carter will come back to the line of scrimmage. 4 wideouts, 2 to either side. Awana lined up in the slot to the far side. Marcus Taylor to the slot, to the near slot. Taylor in motion. That's 3 wideouts to the far side. And Hewlett in the backfield as Carter drops back to pass. Steps up, and he's going to run into some more traffic. And he's going to get taken down again. So this will make it a 4th down and goal from the 29-yard line.
Once again, you got to give credit to the Morgan State Bears secondary coverage. Right on top of the Spartan receivers. Doesn't give Carter time to get out of the pocket. Can't release the ball. Spartans are backed up again.
Carter will now have a 4th down and goal from the 29-yard line. As, again, back-to-back sacks for the Bears have backed up Norfolk State. Another blitz coming. Carter looking into the end zone, steps up, and he'll run. And he needs a block, gets one, steps inside the 10 at the 5, and he's going to be taken down inside the 5. And that's where Morgan State will get the football after the turnover on downs with 10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Good run by Carter. Good read. But a tad late.
And the Spartan defense will be out back on the field for one play here before the start of the fourth quarter. And the Bears will have it at their own 2-yard line. So a 27-yard run for Carter is not enough. And the Spartans with a great opportunity. Ball short, and offensively we'll see a quarterback for the first time today, DeAndre Harris. Harris will take off, running left side. Harris breaks the plane of the end zone, gets out to the 4-yard line before he stops, and that will be the end of the third quarter. We'll take this timeout where Morgan State now leads moving into the fourth, 31-6. We'll take a timeout. You're watching MEAC Football on ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network.
New thing. Everybody want a new thing. Pick it if you like it. Everybody want a new thing.
Morgan State will start the fourth quarter with the football. It is 2nd down and 8 from their own 4-yard line. Ross Gordon joined by Glenn Mason. 31-6 is your score. Morgan State with the lead as the Bears come out. And the quarterback sneak to the 5-yard line. Will be a 3rd down and now 7 for the Bears.
Another big quarterback for the Morgan State Bears. Harris is 6'4", 210, and behind that big line, Spartans got to buckle down.
DeAndre Harris will replace DJ Golat, who will leave, leading the team in passing and rushing. 150 yards of rushing, 160 yards passing. He's responsible for 3 touchdowns today, as again, it will be a quarterback keeper and picking up the 1st down. And dragging tacklers again for the Bears is Harris.
I think Harris picked up the 1st down, though.
14-15 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The Bears with the 1st down and 10 after the keeper by Harris. And it will be a 1st down. Harris in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. As the handoff goes to the back, and making the stop in the backfield is Middleton at the 16-yard line.
Good job by Middleton.
I actually give him credit back to the line of scrimmage. As Adeleke was the ball carrier. 13:25 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Well, as the saying goes, Ross, opera isn't over till the fat lady sings. Spartans still have a chance. They still have some time.
31-6 is your score, as Harris will get handed off to Adeleke. He rushes left side. Gets to the 19-yard line before he's stopped up. Nigel Chavis there for Norfolk State. Also there for the Spartans is Quintrell Chung.
Chung and Chavis. Usually we mention those names earlier quite often during the game. And with some frequency. Kind of missed that today, Ross.
Clock moving with 12:40 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And Leak in the backfield on this 3rd down and 8. As again, DeAndre Harris will roll right. Harris looking downfield. Going to throw it to his tight end, Gravette. Gravette's not going to have enough for the 1st down as he makes it to the 20-yard line. And that will bring up a 4th down situation for the Bears. And we'll see the special teams unit out on the field for Morgan State. We'll see the punting unit. For the Bears. For the 2nd time, O'Shea out the punt. High snap. He gets the rugby-style kick away. And he's going to take a high bounce and take a stop inside the 40, actually inside the 50-yard line at the Norfolk State 47. And that's where the Spartans will start this drive. As we'll see a new quarterback for the 1st time. Actually, no, Juwan Carter will jump back out. As we did see Isaiah Wilson warming up on the sideline, just in case Carter couldn't make it in. But Carter is out. And Carter will send 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Carter waiting the snap, drops back to pass, pressure coming. It's going to be a screen. It's going to be complete off to Hewlett. Hewlett with blockers, with room to run, picks up the first down and hit late as well, as the tackle was made by Whitaker, and the Spartans will have a first down inside of Morgan State territory at the Morgan State 43.
Good execution on the screen.
As the Spartans now will send 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far seam. Defensive look for the Bears as Carter drops back to pass with time, steps up in the pocket, runs out of time, flips it out of bounds looking for Hewlett. He's looking downfield for Awana. Awana was covered. It will be a 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans.
They wanted to allude that or indicate it was intentional grounding, but we had a receiver in the area. I didn't understand that even being considered.
470 yards for Morgan State here today. Total offense, Norfolk State with 275 as Carter awaits the snap, drops back to pass with time. Looking over the middle, pass is going to be complete to Awana. Awana will have the first down out to the 31-yard line. And the Spartans will move the chains again through the air with 11:15 left to go here in the 4th quarter. For Carter, he's now over 240 passing as Carter waits the snap. Drops back to pass again. Rolls out of trouble. Looks wide open is Winstead. Winstead will have the first down inside the 10. Gets taken down out of bounds. And the Spartans will have another first down and goal, but we have a flag thrown at around the 41-yard line. And the Spartans coming in the wrong direction, as it might be a hold. As we'll await the call. Justin Red will be guilty of the face mask. And so that will back the Spartans up to the 46-yard line.
That was an unfortunate call. Excellent catch by the Spartans. I'm sure Winstead, as everyone else, is really disappointed.
As Carter did a lot to escape trouble there to find Winstead on the drag. And the Spartans now will have a first down and 25 with 10:30 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Carter drops back to pass, and he's going to get hit as he throws, but Marcus Taylor's wide open. Taylor will pull it in, and he gets knocked out of bounds inside the 25 as Carter gets up slowly. But he gets up. And the Spartans will have a 2nd down and short, 2nd down and 2 as Carter and Taylor connect for a 23-yard pickup, and we're going to have a stoppage of play momentarily. As the game clock will be reset to 10 minutes. The Spartans trailing 31-6. 2nd down and 2 for the Spartans as Carter awaits the snap. Morgan State showing blitz again. Carter's going to throw a pop pass to Chuma Awana. Awana makes the catch for the first down, and it will be a first down and goal at the 10 for the Spartans.
Nice catch by Chuma Awana on the slant pattern there. Good throw by Carter.
Awana just went right up the seam there for the Spartans. And Norfolk State will have a first down and goal from the 10. Norfolk State had this opportunity on the last possession. A couple of sacks knocked him out of scoring position as Carter looks off of Winstead. Winstead with one hand makes the catch. Let's see if he was in bounds. He made the catch. They said he was out of bounds.
But was he forced out?
It's going to be pass interference on Morgan State. One-handed grab there by Isaiah Winstead. Big grab. And Winstead and the defensive back, Dante Small, still having a conversation. As the Spartans will have a first down and goal from the 2. Great catch, though, by Winstead. who almost brought that one in with one hand. We've seen him make some tough catches with one hand out of bounds. He made one at Savannah State. And there he made one in the corner of the end zone. Just couldn't put a foot down as the handoff goes to Brent. He rushes left side, and Brent will get in for the score. And that makes it a 31-12 ball game. And the offense will stay out on the field. For the Spartans to make it a 31-14 ball game with 9:21 left to go here in the fourth. Brent with the touchdown. For the Spartans, that's his second rushing touchdown of the year. Tonight, Brent with 4 carries, 7 yards in that score. And the Spartans will hand it off to Brent again. He tries to bounce it outside to get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and he can't get in. And that will take us to timeout. 31-12 is your score. Morgan State with the lead. You're watching MEAC Football on ESPN3 and the NSU Sports Network.
We're back here at Dick Price Stadium where the Morgan State Bears lead the Spartans 31-12. Glenn Mason along with Ross Gordon as the Spartans are in possession of the football and getting ready to kick off.
Nardone out for the Spartans as he gets set to boot it away. He gets it away. It's going to be high, and it's going to be taken by the up man. And bouncing it outside and catching a flag as well for the Bears is Corey Holmes. And Holmes knocked out of bounds at midfield or at the 45-yard line, and it's going to be a late hit out of bounds.
I don't know how late that was. He hit the kid right inside. I mean, if you're momentum.
So this drive will start inside Norfolk State territory at the Spartan 40-yard line. And so with 9:16 left to go, the Spartans trail 31-12.
What a reversal of fortune, I tell you. I don't know about that call, Ross.
DeAndre Harris back out at quarterback. Bunch formation to the top of the field for Harris. One wide receiver to the near side. Harris will take off. Picks up solid yardage on first down. Enough for the first down inside the 30 down to the 29. And the quarterback keeper has been the problem today for the Spartan defense, as the starting quarterback, Golat, has rushed for over 100 yards. DeAndre Harris now with 4 carries for 26 yards. The average yards per rush for Morgan State, 6.5 yards per carry.
And the average size of a lineman is 300 pounds. They're about 6'3".
Yeah, and they've rushed for over 255 yards as Harris again will take off. Again, big hole over the left side as he gets inside the 15-yard line. Bobby Price swiping at the football as he's taken down at the 15-yard line. It'll be another first down for the Bears at the 14.
Ross, as you were saying earlier, that's a call played by the quarterbacks of Morgan State. Too much yards for a quarterback.
As Harris back-to-back runs, he gets the Bears inside the 15-yard line down to the 14. As Golat will come back out at quarterback for the Bears with 8:06 left to go. Morgan State leading 31-12. Golat awaiting the snap, and he'll take off. In between the tackles, he dives inside the 10. They mark him down at the 10. A pickup of about 5 on the play. It'll be a second down and 5 for the Bears.
He went right up the middle behind that big old center they have there, Adrian Allen, 6'3", 290. He's a senior.
Again, Golat back out. 3 wide receivers to the top of the formation, 1 to the near. As Blackwell was offsides. And we're going to have another flag thrown. And we're going to have back-to-back flag. They're going to be offsetting as Blackwell was pushed in the back first by Matthew Thompson, and Blackwell responded. Blackwell was offsides. And then you're going to have offsetting penalties between Blackwell and Matthew Thompson. We are awaiting the conference by the officials, who stand at the 10-yard line to conclude with 7:26 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Long discussion down there.
As the officials still discussing. Let's see what the end result will be.
But, Ross, in defense of the Spartans, our teams are well coached. They don't get a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. And I think that leaves us susceptible to the attitudes of our opponents at times.
Let's see what the call is going to be from our officials.
There are 4 fouls on the play. 2 against each team. Holding. Offense. Number 74. Offside. Defense. Number 99. No penalties offset. After the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense.
Latavian Blackwell and Matthew Thompson, between the two of them, have 4 penalties. They have 4 penalties between the offsides against Blackwell, holding against Thompson. Then we have unsportsmanlike against Thompson. Then we have unsportsmanlike against Tavian Blackwell. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 again.
Much ado about nothing at this juncture. I'm going to be right back where we started before.
7:26 left to go in the fourth. 2nd down and 5 for the Bears. Let's go, lad.
And just one more conference.
Just to make sure they got everything correct. And they got it correct here. And it will be a 2nd down and 5 for Golot and the Bears. 4 wideouts, 2 split to either side. Golot awaits the snap. Looks to the sideline now after the incomplete pass. Golot awaits the snap. It's going to be another quarterback keeper in between the tackles. He gets inside the 10 to the 8 before he stopped up. As Golot picks up 2, it'll be a 3rd down and 3 for the Bears. 7:08 left to go here in the fourth. Golot again will get the call from the sideline. 4 wideouts, same formation. 2 split to the far side, 2 to the near side. Golot again will keep it, and he's going to toss it over into the end zone, and he will get into the end zone to Gravett for the 2nd time today.
He faked the run.
And the Spartans bid on the run, and Gravett with his 2nd touchdown reception of the day.
And Ross, with his height, he jumped up over the line so he can see that wide receiver trailing there.
And it's now a 37-12 ball game. 6:44 left to go here in the fourth quarter, as Rhea will come out to attempt the extra point. Rhea waits the snap. The snap is good. The kick is high enough, long enough. It is up, and it is through. And the Spartans now trail 38-12. 6:44 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take this time out. You're watching MEAC Football on ESPN 3 and the NSU Sports Network. 38-12 is your score here from Dick Price Stadium. Morgan State with the lead as Ray will kick off again back deep. Marcus Taylor and Bobby Price.
Come on, Taylor, give us one more before you get out of here for your last home game.
As Ray will boot this one, and it will go through the end zone for the touchback. And the Spartans will start from there on 25.
I guess there's no better compliment than when they keep booting the ball away from you, huh?
Yes, sir. It was 6:44 left to go. Ray with the big leg. He's hit a 50-yarder this year. He's hit a 50-yard field goal, and he's booted a few through the end zone here today with the wind and without. As you see the strength of his leg there, and we'll see Juwan Carter coming back out after the touchdown drive. On the last possession, the Spartans looking to duplicate that success with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Carter again will drive back to pass, looking out to Winstead. Winstead with the catch, and he did not get a foot down. It will be a 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans.
That's a tough pass to throw when you're throwing against your body and you got that timing where you want to where you have the receiver wants to be able to grab the ball as soon as he turns around. He caught it, but unfortunately just too close to the sideline, Ross.
Don't forget the Spartans with one more game remaining on their schedule December 1st as they travel to Lynchburg to take on Liberty. Game time is at 4 o'clock p.m. as Carter waits this snap. 2nd down and 10. Carter drops back to pass. With time, looking downfield, has a man. It's Winstead. Winstead will make the catch, and he was interfered with as well. I'm surprised no flag was thrown. That's the flag, as the Spartans will have a 1st down. Big pitch and catch there from Carter to Winstead. It should be pass interference against Morgan State.
Winstead, the personal project of Coach Latrell Scott. This cat is unbelievable with that football. He can catch a BB in the dark.
Amari Benjamin will be the guilty party, as he had good coverage. And again, the Spartans will beat the Bears downfield. As you see, Winstead gets late separation and makes the catch, turns at the right time for the reception, and the Spartans now have a 1st down and 10 from the Morgan State 27. Carter drops back to pass again. Looking out in the flat, has Awana. Awana tries to spin out of a tackle, gets to the inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line with 6:07 left to go here in the 4th quarter. And Carter, over 300 yards for the first time in his career on 19 completions.
Carter's getting close to breaking a lot of the Spartans' passing record. I think he's trying to catch Aaron Sparrow.
Near 2,000 yards passing this year as Carter will hand it off. Here's Savage. He bounces it outside, inside the 20. Gets the 15-yard line, enough for the 1st down. They actually give him credit to the 16.5. Juwan Carter, 1,638 yards. Now up to 1,970 yards. As Carter drops back to pass. Looking out in the flat, has Hewlett. Hewlett makes the deception inside the 5. And he gets taken down out of bounds. He steps out of bounds at the 5. Enough for the 1st down. It'll be a 1st down and goal for the Spartans.
Carter showing some patience. He looked off his primary receiver, found the running back in the pattern over there, picked up the 1st down.
342 yards passing tonight for Carter on 21 completions. Again, nice job. He's hit 9 receivers. Excuse me, 8 receivers tonight. As the clock will run with 4:44 left to go. Carter awaiting the snap. Drops back. I'm going to look for Winstead. Winstead will make the catch in the end zone, and he'll catch the touchdown. And the Spartans now trail 38-18 with 4:36 left to go here in the 4th.
That's some passing tandem that we have, Ross.
And we'll see the field goal unit come out.
Carter and Winstead. We're going to hear some things about these young men in the future.
As the Field goal unit out. Goody and Nardone. And Dominique Jordan. Jordan to snap, Goody to hold, Nardone to kick. High snap, the kick is up. It's high enough, it is long enough, it is up and through. The Spartans now trail 38-19, 4:36 left to go here in the fourth. We'll take a timeout on the ESPN 3 and the NSU Sports Network.
With new designs exclusively at Kane.
.436 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Norfolk State trailing Morgan State 38-19. Juwan Carter with a career high 347 yards, 2 touchdowns today for him. 2 100-yard receivers. Marcus Taylor with 120. Winstead with 107 on 6 catches. Nardone will squib it there, looking for the onside kick. And it's going to be recovered by Morgan at the 48-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive.
That's one thing we haven't seen all season is an onside kick. That could have been very fortuitous if we could have gotten the opportunity to gotten the ball back.
As Morgan State tonight with 447 yards of total offense. Norfolk State with 400. And 356 of those have come through the air. All but 9 of those yards have come from Juwan Carter. Today the Spartans 24 of 38 for 356 yards passing. Golat back in at quarterback, and he takes the handoff running right side. Picks up a yard to the 50-yard line before he stopped. Deshaun Middleton there. See if the Spartans decide to use any timeouts here with 4:20 left. Pickup of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Bears, who will slow it down just a little bit. In the backfield now for Morgan State is Jalen Jackson. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, and they will slow it down with 15 on the play clock. 4 minutes to go exactly here in the fourth quarter. Spartans trailing by 19 here as Jackson gets a handoff, running left side, hides behind the tackler, stakes on his feet, and he'll get to the 20 to 15, 10, 5, and get into the end zone for the score.
I did not think Jackson was going to do anything on that play.
And the big
jumping Jehoshaphat
touchdown run for Jalen Jackson of 50 yards. And the field goal unit onto the field for the Bears. As Rhea will come out, looking to tackle on the 45th point of the night as the Spartans now trail 44-19. 3:38 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The snap is high, and with the football, it's going to be Golat. Golat's going to be taken down. Or actually, he's going to float one into the end zone as he was being taken down out of bounds, and the 2-point conversion is going to be no good. And that's the way we'll go to the kickoff of Morgan State. The Spartans trail now 44-19. Both teams now have missed extra points here. As that snap was high, Golat had to come off of his crouch to catch the football and got out. Made a couple people miss. Got taken down by Brandon Savage out of bounds, and he tried to float one into the end zone but couldn't get it. But a 50-yard run makes it a 44-19 ball game as Jalen Jackson now has 3 carries for 63 yards. And Morgan State over 300 yards rushing today. 327-44 edge for the Bears, who have now amassed 498 yards of total offense today.
That's really a stunner. We would never perform so poorly in defending the run all year.
3:38 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Rhea will get set to boot this one away. Back deep, Marcus Taylor and Bobby Price, as this one is squibbed in the direction of the 5-yard line and out of bounds. So the Spartans will start this drive at the 35. As Rhea kicked that one off the side of his foot and out of bounds.
One thing I like about the Spartans, Ross, they don't put their heads down. They're still in this ball game as far as they're concerned. That's a good positive attitude to have.
3:38 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Norfolk State trailing 44-19 as Carter comes back out. Brent will be in the backfield. Justin Smith, Marcus Taylor, and Chuma Wana to the near side. Isaiah Winstead to the far side here. As Carter awaits the snap. Drops back to pass. Clean pocket, looking downfield. Lost one to Awana. Awana's open, and he can't make the catch. Nice job coming back to deflect the ball by Malachi Jenkins. The defensive back will make it a 2nd down and 10.
Good play calls, good execution. Jeff's going to bring it in. We're in a spot where if you're a receiver and you're 20 yards down the field and you look back, for a moment that ball is going to disappear into the sun, according to where it's setting at right now.
As
West
Carter
side
will drop back to pass. With time, pass is going to be incomplete, thrown at the feet of Isaiah Winstead. And again, if Carter puts a little bit more on that down the field, Winstead has a step on his man.
Yeah, 6. And he's a good target. Winstead is a good target, and he runs good pattern.
6 receptions for 107 yards tonight. Awana with 5 for 58. As the Spartans send 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Carter again drops back to pass with time, steps up, and again he lofts it. Awana's there. He makes the catch inside the 40 to the 35, and he's slung down by Malachi Jenkins, the same play that the Spartans just missed. And Carter makes the Bears pay, and the Spartans will have a 1st down inside Bear territory at the 35-yard line, 34.
Good call by young Carter. Just go right back at it.
376 yards, 78 yards passing now for Carter as he drops back to pass again. With time again, looking into the end zone for, again, Winstead, and Winstead will make another catch in the end zone. Another big touchdown reception for Isaiah Winstead as Carter now over 400 yards passing, and Winstead
is an unbelievable receiver, as you were going to say.
With 7 catches, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns today, and the Spartans will keep their offense back onto the field.
It's almost 14 yards plus the catch.
Yep, 20 to be exact there. As the Spartans now trail 44-25 with 2:57 left to go here in the fourth quarter. These teams trading blows here in the fourth quarter.
Only if we could have traded them earlier.
As Carter awaits the snap. Bunch formation to the near side. Winstead to the far side. Carter drops back to pass. He's going to float it over the middle. Right there and the open is Marcus Taylor, and Taylor will get the conversion. And the Spartans now trail 44-27. And the Spartans with 3 timeouts remaining.
And I like Taylor still having a little issue with his ankle.
Yeah, and he had to do a good job to stretch and make that. He has a touchdown reception and that 2-point conversion. Great job there by him with big game. He's over 100 yards, 120 to be exact, on 4 carries. Winstead with 20-yard average. Marcus Taylor with a 30-yard average. Justin Smith, 1 catch for 24 yards. Chuma Wana, 6 catches for 189 yards. He has a 14-yard average. So the Spartans through the air have done a great job here. 26 of 42, 421 yards passing today, 412. A career high for Juwan Carter to go along with 3 touchdowns. That's his 2nd game in a row with 3 touchdowns, as another onside kick is recovered by Morgan State, and the Bears will have it at their own 48-yard line.
Well, the way our teams can score, maybe an onside kick isn't something we work on very often, but I think as we go into the year and as Coach continues to improve on the Spartans, they're resetting the game clock there. As Coach works with this young team, we'll be able to see that we get a conversion from those onside kicks.
2:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The final home game of the season. We want to thank everyone while we have time for their help this year on the ESPN3 broadcast as well as on the NSU Sports Network. Let's go back out for the Bears, and he fumbles the football. And let's see who recovers it. It will be Golat. It will be a second down as he lost 3 on the play back to the 45-yard line. Check that. That's a new quarterback in, Brandon Easley. Listed as a wide receiver. There it is. Check that. That's Tyler Holly. Backup quarterback. 30-second timeout taken by Norfolk State. As I was saying before, I want to thank everyone for their help. All the board ops back at the station for their job here this year, and all of our staff here working the controls and the cameras. A great job that they've done all year. The Spartans trail 44-27.
We want to thank you, Raw. You've really been the Iron Man of this broadcast over the last few years, doing a great job, and everyone always looking forward to tune in to see how you're going to carry the Spartans.
Thanks. As the second down play is a short run by Jordan Presley. There's a 30-second timeout. It'll be a third down and 10. Again, Glenn, we want to thank you for all of your help as well. It's been a good season here at home for the Spartans, who trail now 44-27, 2:29 remaining in the fourth quarter. And we appreciate everyone for tuning in to all of our home broadcasts. Again, one more game on the road for Norfolk State, which will be in Lynchburg on December 1st, a makeup game when the hurricane came through the Hampton Roads area. And also Western Virginia. That game was pushed back. Again, game time will be at 2 o'clock p.m. at Liberty on December 1st.
And the Spartans are a young team. They're still a growing team. Coach Scott is one of the best recruiters. Going to have a great time during the offseason.
Go lot back. Actually, that's Holly back in at quarterback. Holly makes one man miss, so he'll get taken down inside Norfolk State territory at the 46-yard line. And the Bears have a decision to make after the Spartans call their final timeout. Do they keep their offense on the field with this 4th down and 4, or do they punt the football away? 2:23 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Spartans offense has not been stopped here.
So they'll probably go for it, Ross. You know, Coach Scott has a lot of confidence in his team and his offense. It's a very young team, very talented team. I've been associated with Norfolk State for a while, and this is one of the most athletic teams I've ever seen. I'm really looking forward to seeing what these young men do as they continue to wear the green and gold.
And Morgan State will punt the football away. And the Spartans will play this one safe. Bobby Price will stand at his own 20-yard line awaiting the punt from Nicholas O'Shea. Good snap. O'Shea will kick this one end over end, and Bobby Price will fair catch it at the 17-yard line. And the Spartans offensively will be back on the field with 2:16 remaining, trying to close in this lead. 44-27 is your score.
All right, work the 16 seconds off with a run, and then go into your two-minute offense. That'll should cover enough territory so that they won't get the Morgan Bears won't get the ball back.
As the Spartans offensively back out onto the field. Jawan Carter has thrown back-to-back touchdowns to Isaiah Winstead. Winstead lined up to the near side as Carter drops back to pass. Looking to Smith. Smith makes the reception on the sideline, gets out of bounds. Nice catch there by Justin Smith as he toes the sideline.
Really really nice catch. I like the way he came back to the ball. He saw the stress that Carter was under, so he timed it perfectly. Came back, took 2 steps, caught it, kept both feet inbound. Spartans.
2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. As Smith flips the side of the field now to the left side. Carter looks out for Winstead. He's wide open. Winstead spins, picks up the first down inside of Morgan State territory. And the Spartans will keep the clock rolling as Isaiah Winstead continues to build on his career high. That's his 8th reception now, over 150 yards of receiving.
I've been trying
1:45 left to go here in the fourth. Carter drops back to pass again with time. Steps away from traffic, but it's going to be a hold call as Taylor gets hit hard as he makes the reception. But a hold is going to be called against the Spartans. Justin Red with 1:34 left to go here in the fourth. Check that. That's going to be against Craig Rodwell, the redshirt junior. As the Spartans will now back into their own territory at the 42-yard line. And the Spartans now have a first down and 10 with 1:30, first down and 20 with 1:30 left to go here in the fourth. Carter awaiting the snap. Drops back to pass. With time, looking downfield for Taylor again. Taylor makes the reception, gets hit hard, but he picks up the first, actually picks up solid yardage on first down back inside Morgan State territory.
I want to eat what he eats. He's 5'8", about 175 pounds. He just took 2 good licks and popped right up.
1:08 left to go here in the fourth. Carter sending men in motion with a second down and 4. Under a minute to go, 54 seconds to be exact, as Carter waits the snap, drops back to pass. With time, steps up in the pocket. Pass is going to be complete to Marcus Taylor. Taylor spins, picks up the first down. That'll stop the clock with 45 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter.
You know what? He needs to be in that battery commercial. He keeps on ticking. His legs seem to be giving him a little trouble. It looks like a cramp now.
As the clock will stop, actually, Marcus Taylor will get to the sideline with 34 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Carter drops back to pass as Ellington checks in. Carter looking downfield, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to get taken down at around the 30, and the Spartans have to hurry back to the line of scrimmage with 20 seconds remaining. As the play call comes from the sideline, Carter with 13 on the clock will have to hurry. Carter will get the snap, drops back to pass. Might have been some movement there as Carter looks downfield, looks for Ellington. Ellington makes the catch in the end zone, and he'll get in for the score. Ellington took the ball away from the defensive back and Darren Parker, and Ellington will get the, actually no, they're going to say that
What?
It was an incomplete pass.
I guess they ruled him down, perhaps?
Or they might have said he was out of bounds, or he's, who knows, but that's the way the ball game will end. 44-27 is your final score. Morgan State will win the ball game here today, as again, this is the final home game of the season for Norfolk State. Again, we want to thank you for watching here today as the Spartans fight violently, but not enough here, as the 333 yards on the ground for Morgan State, just a tad bit too much for the Spartans.
But the Spartans can take some things away. You got the arm of Carter. You got the receiving hands of Winstead.
As again, the Spartans with one more game remaining, as they will travel to Lynchburg to take on the Liberty Flames. That game will be on December 1st. We thank you, Glenn, for all of your help this year. Congratulations to the Bears on the win today. The Spartans fall 44-27. So for Glenn Mason, I'm Ross Gordon saying so long for Dick Price Stadium in Norfolk, Virginia, with the final score 44-27. Morgan State gets the victory. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN and the NSU Sports Network.